Right, today's video is going to be about the upcoming major update, what you can expect, and you know what to be warned about. I'm here to warn you. So today is the 30th of July, and the update is going to drop probably in just a couple of hours. So very excited for that, very excited to play the major update that's coming. But here's some information. Now, I've spoken to the devs about this, and what's really nice to see is, first and foremost, that the vision, the direction, and the control is all back under one roof. We had this weird period of the CEO wanting this, the lead designer, Felix, wanting this, the PTE team going a different direction, and zero unity between those three key factors. And of course, Slytherin being a sort of, weird external threat as well that comes within. Now, right, okay, so going on with this, the issues have sort of faded with the lack of coordination and command and control within the team. Serega, who is the CEO of STB, absolutely loves this game, and whenever you talk to him, it is an absolute pleasure to see how much passion he shares and how much he truly cares about the game. He was talking about being heartbroken, seeing the negative reviews and the awful red tier, he called it. So this red tier right here, very beautifully and poetically said. And I do feel for him because, ultimately, when you remember the origins of the devs, the CEO, Serega, and all that, their origin is from designing RTSs like Wargame Red Dragon, etc. And this is a passion project that's managed to happen full-time through the support of Patreon, and of course later on Slytherin's money, making them full-time work on the game. So they are players first and foremost, and of course I think they share a lot of our sentiment about actually truly wanting this game to be great, maximize it, make it the best it can be, and hopefully in time to come we'll see it at its full potential. Now, today's update should actually bring that vision closer to everything, and here's some of the things you definitely have to be warned about. So, with their change and clear direction, they want things to be lethal, and they want things to be rewarding. So I called it hardcore. He said, I wouldn't go that far. It's not hardcore. We've, resisted the process of going into a one-shot kill mechanic, which is fair enough. There's some restraint there. But for most of you, for me, myself included, when I played this on PTE and the closed testing, it's going to be a massive shock to the system. The rate at which things are more lethal is really high. So, one-shotting Humvees, that is in. RPGs actually killing tanks, that is also in. Stuff is going to die. You can't just drive your tank into the forest or into a city and expect it to come out alive. No, RPG shots in the side and rear are now going to cause a huge amount of damage, and tanks can be two-shot by infantry weapons. This is a fantastic, phenomenal update because it does actually mean that there is purpose to infantry. Now, similarly, what this means is that APCs, which have been buffed in terms of their firepower, again, lethality, all lethality has increased, is going to be a lot more lethal at 1,000 meters. 1,000 meters, a kilometer fire range of the 30mm cannons, etc. But it does also mean that what we're going to see is you can't just exploit IFV rushes and stuff like that and hope that it's going to be absolutely fine. Because, whilst RPGs are extremely decent in the game already and have decent penetration values against the armor, they just don't do enough damage. So APCs can survive quite a few hits before eventually being taken out, and that is going to be a thing of the past. So you absolutely need to make sure you smash out your combined arms. Infantry, obviously out in the open, will not survive for long, as it shouldn't, and this is completely the correct direction to go. So the increase in lethality is a welcome change, in my opinion. I think it's, there's a fine line between making it a super hardcore version where just nothing survives ever. I completely get that, but I think they're being smart and resisting that and just making it a lot more skill-based and a lot quicker. The example he gave me, and this is the example that I really enjoyed listening to, because again, you just appreciate how much of a good understanding he has of the game. He obviously, like I say, he's a player himself, so obviously some mechanics that are in the game must annoy the devs themselves too. Say you get, obviously, a BTR round the back into the back line, and you fire one of the BT-ITT's rockets at it, for example, and it just hits the artillery or the AA, and then it just smokes out and goes away. Where is the reward from all of the hard work you've done, microing it round the back into the back lines and doing a really good job there? Well, there's none. Obviously, the initial response is definitely going to be get a helicopter out and frag that BTR. So yeah, that is something I completely get behind, and that rationale is extremely good. Again, where's the brain power from just recycling units? They take a bit of fire, they go back. With the increased lethality, you are punished for your mistakes, as it should be. So skill is a thing. You drive in your tank into a city, oh, it takes a couple of hits, and then you just smoke out, get out. Where's the punishment for very nonsensical tactical decision? There isn't in the current state, but with this update, we should see it. So that is a really, really good, important thing to know. The increased lethality means that it's gone from, a 70 sort of ish percent survival rate, where again, you just either jump the infantry into the APC, use the infinite supply, which is ridiculous in tough, but that is going to be gone, or just, drive the vehicle back to supply. So where is the punishment for bad tactical decisions? This has now gone from a 70-80% survival to more like 40-50, where if you're a poor player, there's still chances. There's still, there's sprint, there's smoke. There still is a good amount of chance for you to withdraw your troops. But, if you've overexposed them and you just, run an infantry squad into a line of IFVs, what do you think will happen? And this is something I really, really enjoy. So one of the great features of that is going to be the penetration. So ignore cover values, which should have been in the game from the start. You can't have a rifle, fair enough, it does not ignore cover. You can't shoot through a Soviet block, but tank shells and heavy artillery, that should absolutely have an ignore cover bonus, because it should go straight through that thing. Obviously, it is scaled for weapons in between the biggest and the smallest heavy weapons and cannons. So there we go. So that is also a thing that is going to be making the game just way more dynamic. It is going to be something that's going to shock a lot of people. It's going to have a high, steep learning curve for sure. And you know what? They make no apologies for that. And you shouldn't be angry at that at all, because you've requested, or we all have requested changes. We've requested a clear direction, and they've chosen it. Now, it might not be the direction you like, but look, give it a chance. Let's see how it goes, and I imagine there will be some fine-tuning in the end. Now, the whole purpose of this direction and vision is to make the game just, firstly, again, rewarding for good tactical decision making. There is enough scope for comeback, so even when you mess up or just get a bit unlucky, which can happen, there is still a chance to come back. And also, the main important thing is there's a clear direction. We do have a purpose and one leadership, one united team, all going in the same direction. So what I've heard is, since the vanilla update happened on the 1st of July, 2nd July, was it? In the past month, they've made so much progress, achieving basically what they have in a month, close to what they've done in the past 6 months, so half a year. And that is no mean feat. I mean, when I called Serega himself, again, the CEO, he said, this is the first time he's gone for a walk in a very long time, since for a month, just for a walk for himself. And Christ, that must be rough. But fair enough. That's some dedication and commitment to trying to fix and reverse the effects of that overwhelmingly negative change. So yeah, good to see that they're getting a grip of things, and I'm really excited for the future. Hope that I'm not going to bite my words and see the negative reviews, but hey, do me a favor. If you did a negative review because you hated vanilla, and this update comes out and you absolutely love it, or at least, you don't think it's enough to justify keeping that negative review, let's turn it around and give it, either cancel your negative review or give it a thumbs up if you think it's great, because I'll be doing the same. Obviously, that's a big if. If you're happy, if you're still not happy, then by all means leave it up there. But we got to vote with our feet, and us delivering that overwhelmingly negative blow with the bad feedback, with the bad press, bad media that I've been giving, has obviously inspired dramatic change. And this dramatic change is great in many, many senses. It's, like I said, there is a risk of this becoming sort of CSGO competitive, but no, from what I think that's going to happen is it's actually just a huge step in the right direction. So, see you in a few hours after the update. Hope you all enjoy it. Good luck, have fun, and break those hours. Cheers for watching. See you later. Bye-bye.